Gaffer, thank you for joining me. This weekend we travel to face Newport County.
Yeah, again, we're really looking forward to. I think particularly with the switch of venues, it's a great opportunity for us and the lads to go up and play in a fantastic environment, first and foremost, against what is obviously a good team. We've had a couple of good games against them, so we feel like we've got a good idea of what they're about. And again, in the games we've played, some real positive signs from us. So it's about us going to implement those things. You know, we've had a good week this week, nice clear opportunity to get some good work on the training ground. I've been really pleased with the boys' efforts and application this week after what has been a busy period. So it's a chance for everyone to, I suppose, reflect, have a little bit of recovery in terms of that physical load that the players have had to deal with, and also a mental refresher, I think. And, certainly from our point of view, we look really bright this week and we're really, really looking forward to the game now.
You've touched on it there, but how important is it? I mean, certainly under your end, this is the first kind of free week to actually work on the training pitch and get your ideas into the squad.
Yeah, again, it's been a matter of probably just drip feeding little bits of information as we've gone along. We haven't had, a build up to a game. We've literally had, the odd day before a game. So again, that hasn't been ideal, but it's the same with everybody else. It's something we've had to deal with, and we feel that, we've done it to the best of our ability so far, but it has been nice to have a little bit more time out on the grass and have a more natural build up to a game. Certainly things to work on. Of course, we'll look at things they do well. They are there for a reason, but also things that we feel we need to improve on, which have been fairly evident and quite clear from our point of view in terms of that tempo. I think particularly with the ball, and then creating more chances when we get in and around there. So they're the big areas we've looked at, and we've actually had time, as I say, this week to work on and look at and really focus on expecting to see a bit of an improvement in those areas.
Newport's hit fourth in the league table. They're a good side. What can we expect when we go to play them?
Again, as you say, a good football inside. I think they've got them playing a really good brand of football. A little bit off the cuff at times. They've got players that will go into areas that maybe other sides don't quite go into. The centre half sort of has a bit of a roam around sometimes. And Sheehan, who I think is a really good player, one who obviously got called up for Wales. But again, I think we did a really good job on him, certainly when we played earlier in the season. And it's about trying to nullify their threats, of course. But again, still make it about us. We feel like with the quality and ability we've got in here, no matter who we're playing against, we should be able to go out on any pitch and show what we're capable of doing as well.
And looking particularly at us, it's 2 draws in a row now. What do you think we need to do to turn draws into wins?
Again, the big messages from myself and the staff is just when we get in and around that final third, just to move the ball a little bit quicker. We've had good control, in the last 2 home games in particular. We're over 60% possession. I certainly want that from teams of mine to control games of football. But at the same time, I'm not an advocate of just having the ball for the sake of it. I want us to move it quickly. I want us to get it into that final third and create chances, have shots, more shots, definitely, more crosses to make people have to defend situations. It's not always going to be perfect, and sometimes I feel as though we're almost waiting for that perfect opportunity rather than going to make it happen. So, again, they're the big things we've been driving this week, and I'm hoping that, we get a bit more, certainly at that end of the pitch come Saturday.
And we're at the Cardiff City Stadium. It's a fantastic venue for the lads to go and play their football.
Yeah, man, wicked. Again, a club I know fairly well. I haven't spent a bit of time there at the old ground, Indian Park, which was a real good place to play, certainly from a home player's point of view, hostile atmosphere. But the new stadium is fantastic, amazing facilities. The pitch will be really good. And again, for us, we want a good pitch. We want to get the ball down. We want to play good football. So I've certainly got no objections from that point of view. And again, for the lads here, some that may not have played at a championship level stadium, and certainly in that environment, it's a massive test and one to really, really look forward to. And, we're certainly going to do that on Saturday.
Finally, Tristan Abrahams has started the last 2 games. He'll miss out as Newport or his parent club. Is there anything else we need to be aware of in terms of team news?
No, not really. Obviously, Brophy being suspended as well. So we're without a couple of key players, but seems as though it's just the way it's been going. We've had some good news on the injury front and hopefully get a couple of bodies back. Josh Coulson and Louis Dennis have taken part in training this week. So again, just getting the numbers back up. We've got young Hector going away next week as well. So it's about trying to get the numbers back up, I've been joining in as well. So again, I've always said if I'm needed and can make up in terms of whether it be numbers or even, you know, being out on the pitch, then certainly I'm happy to do that. And training's gone well from that point of view. So it's nice in the sense we seem to be getting a few back, yeah.
And we should probably touch on Hector, someone who has played international football himself. It's his first call up to actually represent the 21s. That's a real big step for him personally.
Yeah, for sure, man. It's, you know, a real big pat on the back for him. You know, I think personally he's a player that we certainly think a lot of here and we think is going to have a real bright future. Again, from someone who was fortunate enough to go and play for my country, it's a massive thing. You know, I think it's hard at times at this level because you are taken away, you know, from games. And I know that is a difficult thing sometimes, you know, certainly for supporters of that football club, that you have to go and miss a game or two. But for him, it's a fantastic thing. I know for his family, you know, it's, you know, a really proud moment. And, you know, he goes with our blessing. And certainly for us as a club, we want people getting to that level and getting recognition because, again, it shows that they're really good players. And, you know, he's already tested himself against some real top class opponents at that level. And it's only going to help him develop and become a better footballer.